was scrolling through all of my various Bloxburg plots last week when I came across this ghastly, empty mansion, completely untouched and abandoned. And let's just say, whoever built this house was a complete amateur, because there is gaps in the wall, there's rocks coming out of the freaking roof, rocks coming out of the floor, and the back of the build. Don't even get me started on the back of the build. So today, I'm taking it upon myself to finish this abandoned house and transform it into something amazing. Because right now, she kinda ugly. And if there's any comments on this video saying, wait, Alaska, didn't you build this house? You're banned and blocked, okay?
I've never seen this house in my life.
So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're fixing about this house is the floor. The winter update is still in the game, which means there is snow everywhere. And as someone who's never seen snow before, it kind of scares me looking at it. Okay, and just like that, the snow is gone. Why is there two white gaps in the middle of my... What did I do? Okay, please be gone. They're gone. Phew. All right, well, we've got our grass back, which is good. Yeah, let's add some floating rocks. Like, look at this rock right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's floating in the middle of nowhere. So we're gonna fix up all those little mistakes that I made. And also, what's with the random gaps in the middle of the roof? Guys, this is unacceptable. You guys should have yelled at me in the comments for this.
I love your confidence.
And I hate how flat this wall is. We definitely need to have some more rocks around the house. Like, how are we gonna classify this a hillside home when there's no hill? So I've been on like a massive Minecraft phase for like the past 2 months. And I've been obsessed with terraforming. And oh my god, guys, speaking of Minecraft, me and my sexy boyfriend Walter are planning on doing a... Next thing I'm gonna be adding to this mansion is some more plants. Because right now, look at the lack of plants. Like, I will always have plants in my house, no matter where I live. Like in my backyard, for example, I have this really pretty, I think it's a Japanese blossom tree, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, it was so big, it started to like hang over my neighbor's backyard. And I woke up one morning and half of my tree was like shaved. My neighbor shaved half of my tree on his side. And I go to him, hey, did you shave half of my tree? And he goes, yeah, it was ugly. And now I'm like, you know what else is ugly? My tree, because it's half bald.
She's bald!
I added some fences around the front of my house, but I don't know if they look ugly or not because this house is pretty big. Like, if someone was gonna break into this house, they would literally have to parkour their way over a mountain. Also, I don't know if other countries have color coordinated bins, but in Australia, you get given 3 bins and they're different colors depending on what goes in the bin. So I'm gonna do the same thing. The cool thing about not building in Bloxburg for so long is now I get to see all of the new items that they've added. Okay, the front yard's nearly done. Although one thing that was bothering me is this massive empty section here. And I was thinking, what if we add like half of a basketball court? A cool house like this definitely needs like a statement piece at the front. And I could leave the basketball court like that, but it is kind of boring to look at. So we're gonna try and paint this basketball court and make it a similar color to the house. Trust me guys, I have a vision, okay? This is probably gonna be the most dramatic basketball court I've ever built. So it better look good once I'm done. Okay, and there we go. The most dramatic basketball court is finished. You know what annoys me? The fact that I can change the color of this basketball. I can't change the color of this basketball. I don't want orange balls. I want beige balls. Okay, and one more thing I want to add to this house before we start working on the inside is a helipad sign because I definitely own a helicopter in this house anyway. Okay, so the outside is finally finished and now it is time to work on the monstrosity that we call the interior. The interior was so rushed. Like, why is there just a floating basic shape in the garage? Speaking of the garage, we really need to light this up. It's been so long since I've built this house that Bloxburg has now added dirt stains to the game. Like, I made this entire house out of concrete. Anyway, I want this house to feel very light and open. Like, take my pre-built, for example. I hate that it was so dark and crowded. So I'm gonna go for the complete opposite in this house. And then as you drive in, we have this massive open area. Like, what possessed me to make the garage this big? Why do I have 5 limousines? I think we only need like 1 limousine, maybe 2 of these cars. One thing I've noticed is people never decorate their garages. Like, what's stopping me from having a whole lounge in my garage? Okay, I was kind of joking, but why does that kind of sound cool? We're gonna have a lounge room in our garage, because why not? This lounge looks so stupid. Every time something I build looks stupid, I'm just gonna say, it's contemporary art, alright? Oh my god, what is this? Round planter bench. This is huge! Yo, I low-key should have had a tree in here. It's been a hot minute since I've done a custom coffee table, but I kind of want to do like an upside down sphere. Okay, guys, I think I'm in my flow state. I'm cooking. Okay, you know what? It does not look bad in the garage. This makes me want to have a lounge in my future garage, but at the same time, I feel like I'd fall asleep, and I definitely do not want to fall asleep in my garage. At this rate, I might as well copy the cabinets here and add them to the kitchen. I don't know what type of things you'd have in the storage unit in your garage, because I quite frankly know nothing about cars. Like the other day, I was driving home and I punctured a tire. I had to jump out of my car and figure out what the hell was going on because it was making this really weird sound. And then this lovely old gentleman came up and was like, "Excuse me, miss, do you need help?" And I'm like, no, because I thought I was gonna get kidnapped. So I said no. I actually did need help. I didn't know what I was doing.
What do I do?
You press the button and you gotta have the key in first.
Shut up, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, the garage is complete. So what's with these random rooms leading into like the dark abyss of nowhere? This house is kind of creeping me out, guys. And then this section here is the entry area. Anyway, I don't know what I was thinking with this wall right here. Like, what is this? For some reason, I took hillside home to a whole nother level because we're out here having whole boulders in our house. Like, what if I got home from a long day and I fell on that boulder? Like, who would I sue? Myself? No, we're gonna leave it like that. If something doesn't make sense anymore, I'm just gonna say it's contemporary art. That's my new saying from now on. I'm really hoping this works, but I want to add a rock wall on the back here, and then hopefully we'll be able to add a floating TV, but I'm not sure. It has been 18,000 years since I have built something in Bloxburg. I am a little bit crusty dusty. Jeez, if you have a TV this size in your living room, I think you should give me your parents' bank details. I want to add speakers, but like I feel like there's no what is this? Bro, they have added a vinyl. I don't care where I'm putting this, but I'm putting this somewhere. I don't want to decorate this TV cabinet too much because it will literally block the TV. But I do have one question. Is this someone's ashes? Now, for the couch situation, I will in fact be reusing the couch from the garage, okay? At least in the living room, I can admire her beauty. Okay, and there we have the living room situation. Okay, so the next room is the dining room. This is probably going to be the most difficult room because, again, there is a rock. And you know what? A normal person would probably say to me, why don't you just get rid of this rock? You know what? No, I'm not going to get rid of the rock. I think the rock brings a lot of contrast to this dining room. Okay, fine, I changed my mind. I'm getting rid of it. Guys, you have to believe me. I really wanted to add the rock to the dining room, but the thought lingered in my brain for a solid 2 seconds. I can't believe I was gonna have a rock in my dining room. Yeah, don't know what possessed me there, guys. Oh, look how pretty these glamorous chairs look. These look like something out of The Little Mermaid. They kind of look like Ariel's seashells, if you know, you know. You know how some dining rooms have cabinets where they store all of their drinks? I feel like we should do a similar concept. And then eventually, once we move in, we can fill everything up. But for now, that is the dining room. We then have a spooky hallway that leads to our massive kitchen and the walk-in pantry. And again, what is with this rock just in my kitchen? Also, am I allowed to add a fireplace in the kitchen? What is this? Gandhi fireplace. Ooh, this is a really serious question, guys. Would you rather have a really nice view in your kitchen or a nice view in your living room? If you say living room, you are incorrect. The correct answer is kitchen. It's been so long since I've built something in Bloxburg that I fear I am losing all sense of skill. One oven is never enough. In Bloxburg, you need at least 2 ovens. You need 2 ovens, I say, as if I've ever cooked in Bloxburg. I don't cook in Bloxburg, okay? I steal people's food in Bloxburg. That's what I do. You know what my dream job would be if I wasn't a YouTuber? That is a personal chef. Our island bench, nothing fancy, nothing fancy. And boom, island bench that kind of looks like a dining table. I was gonna be lazy and not fill in these storage cabinets, but I was like, you know what? Today, I'm not going to be lazy. And as for the pantry, this is actually quite a big, spacious area. But you know what? I actually have a cute idea. I'm going to use a beverage fridge and put it underneath our counters. So it should come out looking like this. I don't know what the hell this food canning station is, but for some reason I've never used it before, so I'm gonna add it in our pantry. Guys, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I have never been more jealous over a pantry in my life. And we can also use this pantry as a way to add everything that we didn't add in our other kitchen. For example, a microwave, dishwasher, dish cabinet. As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna get rid of the sink and just leave it in the pantry. And then there we go, it's done. And that is the first floor complete. So now we have the second floor, which has a bedroom, a bathroom, the master bedroom, and the gym, which is the most awkwardly shaped gym I've ever seen in my life. And firstly, we're going to fix up this gaping hole in the middle of this room. And you know what? I think we're gonna go with gym / Pilates studio. Like just a wall full of yoga mats. We 100% need some privacy blinds here. I ain't having some creepy Tom watch me do yoga. All this training equipment and there's no boxing gloves. Like what if I wanted to punch someone in the face? The thing with having such a massive gym up here is at least we have room to add literally everything. Okay, I have one final question. Would you sell your soul for a gym membership here? Yes or no? Just kidding. You don't get a choice. The answer is yes. Yes, you will sell your soul to work out here. Now for this bedroom over here. Again, with the random gap in the roof. For some reason, I only added 2 bedrooms in this massive house. So what I'm actually going to do is add 2 beds in here. That way, at least I can call this a 3-bedroom house instead of a 2-bedroom house. Because a 2-bedroom house just sounds stupid. The thought of sharing a bedroom with a sibling absolutely terrifies me. Because like, what if you turn over in the middle of the night and they're just staring at you? I don't think I would be able to recover from that one. Okay, you know what? This child gets Samira, and then this child, they get Salem. So there we go. Although I didn't really think about the nightstand situation. Like, who gets the nightstand? Oh well, I guess they're gonna have to share a bedside table. And then as for the opposite side of their bedroom, I'm gonna make this a vanity / desk in one. Like this sibling gets to do their makeup, this one gets to study, and then all is fair. There's no fighting. Oh, and I should probably give them a closet too. I kind of forgot about that. And then as for their ensuite, as this is a 4x4 room, I don't think we'll be able to fit a shower and a toilet. So I think we're just gonna add 2 sinks and a toilet. See, that actually looks so much better compared to if I were to add a shower in here as well. And the last room we have on the second floor is the master bedroom with its own ensuite. The only problem is the very, very, very long hallway that I decided to add for some reason. So I guess we can do the same thing that we done inside the gym, incorporate some of the outside inside, maybe have our own little bedroom entertainment area. I'm not sure if I would use this section in my bedroom, but it's definitely better than just like an awkward empty space lingering in our bedroom. For the bedroom itself, I'm gonna add a wall here and then another wall back here. The left side is gonna be my closet and the right side is gonna be the ensuite. Identical to a hotel room in the Bahamas. I say that so confidently as if I've ever been to the Bahamas. Guys, I've had a whole mental blank. I completely forgot what goes on a bedside table. Completely. I'm gonna have to Google what goes on a bedside table. Wait, I'm gonna search it up, but first of all, it's like a jump scare every time I go on my Pinterest board. Like, how do you explain this to someone? Anyway, ooh, this setup is cute. Maybe even instead of the bedside table, we can put that on the bed. Okay, we have a gorgeous tiny little bed, and it shocks me to my core that I have not added a single fireplace to this entire house. Like, what is wrong with me? See, you can't yell at me anymore. I've added a fireplace. I'm gonna have a very serious looking chair just staring directly at my bed. Very ominous, very spooky. You know what this house is giving me? Patrick Bateman vibes. Yeah, have you guys ever seen American Psycho? This house genuinely feels like something he would live in. And I'm not gonna have a TV here because look at my view. That is the TV. And then at the back here is my cupboard or walk-in wardrobe, as some of y'all like to say. And I don't know when the hell Bloxburg added a laundry basket, but look at this. Bloxburg really decided to add like the coolest furniture items when I took a break from Bloxburg. I see how it is. So before I started YouTube, I literally owned 1 pair of shoes and I would wear them everywhere. And I would always get made fun of for literally owning one pair of shoes. And now I own like 15 pairs of shoes. It's insane. And that is all thanks to you guys. I'm not walking around like Frank Gallagher anymore, so cheers, babe. I'm also gonna add a bench in my closet. This is where I sit down and change all 15 pairs of my shoes. Okay, closet's done. Now for our ensuite. I usually never add a shower and bath combo, but ever since Bloxburg added this one, I don't know, guys, I'm getting tempted. It looks so pretty. Bloxburg's like really upping their shower and bath combos. I used to be the shower and bath combos biggest hater. I don't know what they be feeding those devs, but the devs are killing it. So with the ensuite done, we have the final room, which is the upstairs office. Now, first starting with this random little square room. At first, I didn't know what to put in here, but I actually sparked an idea. What if we make this like the little content creator room? We can have a green screen, a camera setup, like full production studio up in here. And oh, would you look at that? Another freaking boulder. I wish I could go back in time and slap myself in the face. Why is there rocks in my house? I wish there was nice looking bookshelves, because what on earth is this? What? Bloxburg, when did you add this? Hello? Oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh my god, Bloxburg, I could kiss you right now. Well, that's that corner of the room done. That was easy. As for this boulder though, what do you add here? If you could give me suggestions in the comments of what I add on top of this boulder, that would be great. I'm just gonna add a lemon bowl on top of the boulder. There we go. What do you call this? Contemporary art. And then the final section's out here. I don't think we're gonna add anything out here. I guess if we wanted to tie this whole build together, we could add some outdoor seats. Go for a nice little tan your cheeks and your other cheeks, and just don't fall off the roof. And just like that, our abandoned house is fully furnished. Okay, so coming inside our house, you know, I'm a bit of an idiot. I didn't add stairs. The only way to get inside this house is through the driveway. Like, what about my guests? What about if you had to walk in the house with no car? But anyway, this is the entrance to our garage. Probably my favorite garage ever. The only problem is like getting the cars out of the garage without, you know, running over the lounges. And then coming on inside, we have the entry area that leads to the living room. This is where I watched the best TV show ever made. Durr. And this is the kitchen. As you can see, I have my own private chef, and this is in fact his quarters. This is his kitchen, his pantry, where he likes to make up meals for me. And if you want to come upstairs, unfortunately, we don't have stairs. We do, however, have an elevator. So on the second floor, we have our gym. I will probably use this once and never again. And I made a crucial mistake when building, guys. I completely forgot about this bathroom. I added a toilet and that is it. This bathroom is completely empty. You do have a nice view, a nice poo with a view. Look at that. And then here we have the kids' bedroom. Honestly, why does the kids' bedroom look better than my bedroom? Speaking of bedrooms, this is my bedroom. This is where I like to sit and do not show crate craft that. Here we have the bed. To the left, we have our ensuite. And then over to the right, we have our closets. And then on the final floor of this house, we have the office. And then this is our green screen room. Here you go, guys. I'm gonna give you something. Use this green screen wisely. Hi, my name is Alaska Violet, and I agree with the statement behind me. Also have the door leading out to this gorgeous balcony. I'm pretty sure we actually have 2 doors somewhere. Yeah, we do. We have a little secret door here. Like, this is actually gorgeous. So, you know what? I'm glad I didn't bulldoze this house. I might bulldoze it later though, but she is no longer abandoned. She is loved. She is filled. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.